heaven, make a wish, then render it. We walk in with a scribble and a dream. Ben says frame it, Kello sets the scene. Storyboards dancing on the screen. Keyframes kiss every beat between. Lights, camera, prompt, that's the call. Turn a line of text to a 10-foot wall.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 1111 Media Creator Academy Live. That's right. We are live tonight. And we have one person watching it. I appreciate you one person, whoever you are. All right. Now, I want to tell y'all what we are doing tonight. But before I do, I might as well put it on me, right? How y'all doing? It's good to see you all. It's good to see you all, especially all you people who are going to be obviously watching this in replay. Let me let you know you're going to have yourself quite the fun tonight. Tonight, we're not only going to have ourselves a nice little brisk discussion about what's going on in Hollywood and how maybe people can break in and all of that stuff, but we're going to be looking at cutting edge, beautiful film made by new artists, people who are brand spanking new out here. And we're going to even cover a little bit of perspective on what the general public might be thinking about it. Anyway, I and Ben, who is the CEO extraordinaire of 1111 Media, will be bringing all that to you right now. How you doing, Ben? How you doing? All right.
Hello. Good to see you. Good to be here.
Yeah, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. I was trying to sling that thing down slow, and my finger went zoom.
Singing in there, and all of a sudden there's nothing in there.
Nothing in there. Oh, look at that, Ben. I'm telling you, my man, we got two people. That's all. That's all you need.
I'm living the dream.
Yeah, I am too. I could probably have a conversation. Do a little drop on the Future Fiction Academy or something like that. But if people come, they come. I can use this. You know what's really cool, everyone, about this whole thing is that I get the opportunity to take all of this information and all of these things that we do and then cut them up and put them on all kinds of other things, which I'm very excited about. But right now, for real, this is our first live stream that we have literally ever done. How you feeling about it, Ben?
That's wow. That was wow for anybody that's like, what is he doing? Wow, to quote Owen Wilson. Thanks to everyone that has followed the channel. We have reached the threshold to be able to do live streams. So Kello and I can come at you live. No more having to be like, well, we pre-recorded this for you. Thanks for watching it in 3 weeks.
Yes,
we're here. We're live.
Yeah, and it gives us a really great opportunity to connect with the community and have like real time sort of looks at what's happening in the industry that seems to be happening all the time in the industry. How many things like in the past week and a half that you've like noticed that have changed, Ben?
In the industry, especially with AI forward things, it's like there's changes every day. I swear sometimes there's multiple times a day I'm starting to get notifications and text messages as I integrate myself more and more into this part of the industry.
Yeah,
it's for a medium that has largely not changed for many years. Significant changes.
All right. So everyone, the whole reason that we are here right now, the entire reason that we are here right now is because I wanted to show Ben. I came across this video. It's a YouTube short, and then I let Ben see the YouTube short, but I didn't let Ben see the video that is connected to the YouTube short. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure
I
that
was given specific instructions, folks. I was given specific instructions. You watch this little YouTube short, you do not look up the short film.
do not, because I wanted to show him and you on the channel at the same time. But what I want to do right now is I want to show y'all the inspiration for this video, this entire live stream. I'm going to add this right over here.
Inspire me.
All
I
right.
feel less inspired.
This is by a channel on YouTube called AI for Humans. Meaning that they kind of like do the base level of explaining of AI to everybody, not just, they're trying to be the Neil deGrasse Tyson of AI video and stuff like that. And this came up, and I just want to, there it is. This came up, and I was thoroughly surprised when I heard about it. And then watch.
This video was made by one person, and it is very good. I implore y'all to go look at it. This is made by NeuralViz. He is our favorite AI creator, somebody that we've gotten to meet in person. And I just want to talk about what the future of creativity looks like when you're able to do this thing. Last week, I talked a bit about OpenAI's new $30 million animated movie. And you people, some of you had thoughts, and I understand that. NeuralViz's video above is a 12-minute video that was created entirely by him, entirely with off-the-shelf AI tools. Now, NeuralViz himself is a creative. He's somebody that's lived in LA for a while. I don't know how much of this is actually out there, so I don't want to dox him, but he's worked in this space. There's a lot of people trying to write screenplays, trying to do stuff, and trying to kind of understand how to break into the movie business, especially. And now the movie business is just different. It is. I think everybody will tell you, yes, have there been a number of spec scripts that have sold recently, which is amazing, of course. But a lot of people will say you have to make something first to get people to take you seriously. And this video, this is 12 minutes. And if you go and watch it, I think the thing that will stand out to you more than anything else is the fact that it's funny. It's well made. It's well edited. The characters are alive in a weird way that a lot of stuff that comes out of Hollywood isn't even alive. And again, it was made entirely by one person with off-the-shelf AI tools. And I just think it's one of those things where, like, if you want to see what the future of Hollywood looks like, it's this. It's micro studios. It's 1 to 5 people who can make an entirely new IP and create things on their own. That actually is an amazing thing for most creatives. And most of the feedback off of the OpenAI video, which you can watch in my feed if you want, had to do with the fact that a lot of jobs will get lost. But here is what's possible. This is one person who's doing this. And if I were a studio head, I would go out and give NeuralViz $1 million. Here's $1 million. Let's see what you can do. Get a team of 10 people together and let's see what you can do. If you can make 15 of those bets for $15 million versus, I don't know, one movie that's $150 million, that feels like something really important. This video.
Holy crap, my man.
I don't understand. What's the big deal?
That's the truth. What's the big deal? What is the big deal? The big deal is the idea of 1 to 5 people being a team of really dedicated, artists who game out, storyboard, write the scripts, write the concept, come up with the dialogue, all of the stuff, and really have the power to do that thing. I'm starting to really enjoy my old age because I'm starting to live in the future, the actual future that I thought would actually happen. It's just, I'm having too much fun with it.
It's a good future. I think it's a good present. And it's a unique time because I don't think that people have been able to create films to this magnitude, or at least the thought of being able to make a film of this magnitude until recently. I think it's been a pipe dream unless you either have money, favors, or, of course, a team behind you. It's been difficult. So I think that, me being in the industry as long as I have, I've built a few of those things, but I remember starting, and it was significantly different 14 years ago from what it is now. Now with the advent of AI, I know everybody is kind of trepidatious with people potentially losing their jobs, and doing that. But I don't know. I haven't seen this. I don't know. It might be complete rubbish. This guy was excited, but he wears a green hoodie. So do we know if he's reputable? I don't know. I'm just trying to. I want somebody to be like, like somebody that's watching this. Yeah, he's wearing a green hoodie. That guy.
Well, okay. Let's then move on to the main event, as it were. What we are about to see is made by a person on X or Twitter named Neural Viz. So it's spelled exactly like you think it should be, with a Z at the end. Neural Viz. Here is Neural Viz.
Now, are we watching this full 11 minutes here? Are you going to tee this up at all? Are we going in blind?
I went in blind.
Okay.
You're going in blind.
Going in blind. Folks, we're going in blind. We'll go in blind together.
Here we go.
I'm just not going to sleep with one pillow. That can't be good for my neck. That's insane. Like, you might as well just be sleeping with no pillows. Does that answer your question?
I didn't ask a question.
If this is gonna work, you gotta be more engaged, Dandroid.
My name is XD310.
Yeah, we're gonna go with Dandroid. It's just cooler and easier to say. XD310 feels too much. I'm a robot. Know what I mean?
Did you happen to check the Trina levels before you stole my master's ship?
I don't know what that is. I was kind of in a hurry, but with the bounty hunter shooting at me and all.
Oh. We will most certainly be crashing then.
I've never crashed a ship, Dan. I think we'll be okay. Plus, we're gonna need this then. We've got quite the road ahead after this pit stop with the council.
So this will be a prolonged captivity?
Don't turn everything into a negative. We're a team now. We gotta have each other's backs.
My apologies for not being a more supportive prisoner.
I forgive you, and you'll be happy to know that you're in the hands of the universe's best pilot. Is that like a good alarm?
Excellent first crash, sir.
Captain's log, Remo Green. The time is now. We've successfully landed on Indula. I begin my journey to the council where I will...
What are you doing?
My captain's log?
Need a ship to be a captain.
Okay, hold on. That's it. What's your problem? You've been nothing but rude since I accidentally kidnapped you.
I do not want to be here.
Well, when we get to the nearest outpost, we can go our separate ways. How's that?
Ideal.
You know, I thought we were going to be good friends. You've got such a cool name. Saddens me, really.
Your sensitivity is unappealing.
You would just get in my way anyway. Nothing comes before my mission.
And what mission is that?
Oh no, I'm not telling you. That information is for friends only.
Is that why the bounty hunter was chasing you?
Sorry, not saying.
You are not worried he will follow us here?
I only share my worries with pals. Are you a pal?
My curiosity has depleted.
That's what I thought.
I am not going to play the whole thing. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but that was I wanted you to see just the tone and the overall way that it was built and how good the actual cinematography was. I kept looking at it going, wow, they're matching up like footsteps and sounds. All the sounds were doing their thing. I was very happy with that. I got 5 minutes in and I still haven't seen the end of this daggone thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I will at some point. So
I mean, one thing that I like that he's done here, NeuroViz, is he just straight up told us what tools were used. Looks like Nano, Banana, VO3, Kling, Runway, Act 2, 11 Labs, Sora, was that Udio, Suno, Photoshop, and Premiere. So that's nice. That's nice to know exactly what he used for this, right?
Yeah, I would use. I have access to that, this, that. Oh my God!
You have
This,
would you say
that,
you have access
this.
to a little bit of this and a little bit of that?
Yeah, except I don't have any access to Premiere, so I have every single other thing. Oh
I
my God!
I think
Um,
I think I have
I'm,
everything then. Ha! I
yeah,
spend money on this.
I do. I
Yay.
spend so much money on this stuff.
I know
Uh,
that's a lot.
but it's when you can get. I mean, it's where. Come on now. There we go.
What you doing?
I know. What am I doing? When you can get this type of quality, and I mean, even that screen when it pops in for the first time and it tells you what planet they're on, and oh my gosh, it just great establishing shots, and like nice ways that it's like telling you through dialogue and quippy banter that he's an outlaw and that there's a bounty on his head, and that, you know, all of that stuff. So it's very interesting, and it pulls you into the story very quickly. You can tell the man knows what he's doing, or the
I'd
woman, for all I know, whoever NeuroViz is.
I'd love to, yeah, I'd love to kind of break it down from the AI perspective and break it down from a filmmaker's perspective, as we have folks on the channel that are kind of both, you know, they kind of, you know, we have our filmmaking core and we have our AI core members. And as you look at both of those, I think that it might be interesting to kind of see
Hello, Gracie.
what that looks like from an AI perspective. Obviously, really top notch. You had great color, you had great texture, you had, like you said, the cinematography was really nice. There was a lot of photorealism, and I think that was a really nice job by, did you say Neurovision? Is that their name?
NeuroViz.
Neuroviz. Excuse me if you're watching Neuroviz.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to get that wrong. But you can tell they obviously put a lot of care and time into it, that they took their time. They weren't rushing. They weren't there for speed. They weren't there for quantity. They were there for story. They were there for quality. You can tell that the act 2 was there, where they obviously guided some of those performances, where sometimes the prompts won't quite get you there. So they did that masterfully. And obviously we're using nonlinear editing and then just stacking everything, just making sure that, like you said, the footsteps were on par and that everything was exactly what it needed to be. They were very meticulous. From what did you see from an AI perspective? I know you mentioned some just a bit ago, but what else did you see from the AI perspective specifically?
I think from an AI perspective,
Yeah.
the consistency of the characters were ridiculous. It was from moment to that, like that thing that we had to go through literally 18 months ago, where you would have the character and the face of the character, but they'd be wearing a little bit of a different outfit from thing to thing to thing to thing. And now the consistency of not only the character, but every nuance of everything they're wearing, how the light is shining in that globe from moment to moment, you know, and the sound, like the sound was so good. The music was good, but it was atmospheric. It was there for the story, not there to show off anything. I mean, he didn't even when he did the splash screen, he cut it off early. One of the things you taught me in the class is that you know, enter a scene late. Enter a scene like late into the scene, and making sure that that people's interests are piqued and stay where they're supposed to because of the little bits of craft that I'm learning from you as far as filmmaking goes. I mean, I did a little short film that I dropped into a festival years and years and years ago, and we made so many mistakes, but it was so much fun to do, right? And I still didn't know that, and that's one of the cool things is that I can see the craft in the way that he used the AI, how late it was. He was, the crash. You didn't see the crash. You didn't see all of it. You saw late again, right into he's at the crash and they're walking away and stuff.
Well, that's I think you brought up a good point. I think that's a nice transition point, because the other side of this is the filmmaker's stance. So obviously a lot of positive things on the AI stance. To me, I'd like to look at this a little bit from the filmmaker stance and see what you thought of it from that point of view. So when I'm looking at it there, let me look at this from the filmmaker point of view. He chose robots or a humanoid or whatever that gentleman is with the globe on his head, so that you didn't have facial expressions and you didn't have any lips to sync on either character. So easier for an AI to have that character consistency in that regard. Still very high quality, but from a filmmaking perspective,
using what you have in limitations.
Exactly. I'm saying, like, this is how, yeah, exactly. Yes.
How
100%.
real films are made, right?
But I think that looking at this is he's saying, hey, right now, lip syncing and the realism of faces may not be 100%, and it may be more difficult for certain. Potentially, is it too difficult? Well, let's remedy that. Right now, we're going to make characters that don't have faces, don't have lips to sync, so I can just use voiceover or Suno or ElevenLabs, or a combination of things to get this done. And he played to those strengths. Piggybacking on what you said as well, the explosions and wrecks, the physics of them with the AI right now is very difficult to control. Sometimes they look really fake. Sometimes they don't look real. Sometimes X, Y, Z. So he just said, I'm going to skip it. I'm going to skip it all together. And there it is. And we don't know how they got there. We just go, well, they're in one piece. Somehow the ship still looks decent enough, and just rolled with it. And I think that that's the beautiful thing about films, is they're there to help us suspend our disbelief. So I think that it wasn't so out of place. Like, it's still smoking and firing and stuff. It's not like it was just over there in perfect condition. So I think that it was, you suspended disbelief enough to go, yeah, all right, I buy that. They landed, they're potentially part robot. So I get that they just walked away from this crash. So I think that from a filmmaker standpoint, you're looking at this from, let's call it an indie perspective, an independent film perspective, that this isn't the studio film that has a lot of money behind it, where like we need to have the VFX and Michael Bay wants to blow some stuff up. We're looking at this from the indie perspective to go, what do we need to really tell this story and tell this story well? And that's what he leaned into from what we watched. So I thought that was really unique for the people watching. Like, oh yeah, I see that now. Or for the indie filmmakers, like, yeah, I saw what he did. He cut around that explosion. But it's smart where you are. That's smart.
It is. I mean, it saved him a lot of money probably too, trying to run the iterations of the actual crash land and make it look like it's, like it should. Trying to figure out, I've been watching this first last frame stuff. I've been, studying up on the first last frame sort of phenomenon, especially since you have Nano Banana, who can now take your character and have a whole different perspective, and you can move your camera from the first thing to the actual close-up and have an emotion happening at that time. I mean, and So the power, imagine three people. One person works on music, the other person is the story person, and the other person is the person who knows how to get the iterations and the AI and the performance stuff out. Maybe even between the three of you, you do some motion capture, like with Take Two, right? Isn't that what it's called?
Act 2, yeah.
Act Two. Act Two with Runway, which I'm going to be playing with here this weekend. I am pretty excited about it. I think that's probably going to be next week's video, is a look at that actual Act Two thing. I'm going to act some stuff out, and we're going to see what happens. I mean, is it going to be good? Is it not going to be good? You're going to get my review next week right here on 1111. Speaking of which, did y'all know that we are 1111 Media Creator Academy? We teach people how to do things. Especially right now, we are really focusing on writers, because they have so many things that they need media for. They need advertising, they need shorts, they need something to go over their audiobooks. Oh, wait a minute. That sounds like something that we could teach. Wait a minute. We are going to be teaching that. We are teaching right now. We're working on book trailers. And next, we're going to be doing audiobooks. So if you would like to get involved with the 1111 Media Creator Academy, use the links in the description below. Head on over there and get yourself some knowledge. It is a comprehensive, long course. It is over 8 weeks long. Am I wrong on the first one?
They're 8 weeks apiece. First
Yep.
one, how to create that book trailer from scratch, and the second
Yep.
one, creating those visuals for your audiobooks to keep people sticking around on your YouTube to watch the whole thing visually, and
Yeah.
then to buy the book.
Come on over to the 1111 Creator Academy. We have links in the description below. All right. So what is really interesting to me, what I'm having a lot of fun with, is this incredibly invigorating idea of, almost prevising a high budget film and doing a really long sort of 20-minute sort of treatment of it and showing the executives, because God love them, they definitely would love to be thanked at the end, but it's not always about them, the executives. And so they don't have a lot of imagination. You have to give them the thing and show them the thing. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. They went to school for business. And I get it. But they need to be shown things. This gives you, if you are a talented filmmaker, if you have the fundamentals, which, by the way, we do a lot of that craft teaching over at the academy. So you have to start thinking about how you're going to get your stuff out to people. What do you think? I mean, is this an opportunity for people to have true talent to actually get out there and help folks?
I think personally, I think that this is a new wave of what people can be doing. I think that a lot of people are wondering, that I've talked to, does their experience help them? Is this even going to translate into filmmaking? Like, if they're already a filmmaker, does AI even matter? Because you're looking at prompting now. This is a whole different medium, a whole new skill set. So if you're a director, you're a producer, you're an actor, you're a writer, you're a costume designer, if you're one of these roles within the film industry, I've been hearing, like, oh, well, it's just replacing me, and I'm not going to be able to do it. The thing is, though, that I have found that it does directly relate. Your skills, your experience, it's taking that and having that going into the prompts, going into the image generators and the video generators, makes a ton of difference. And so, yes, as with any new technology, some jobs will disappear. Let's just be honest, right? But with new technology also comes new positions. I can see prompting, like a prompter and a prompter consultant, just off the top of my head, being new generated, pun intended, folks, new generated positions and different things that are coming out of this. And
Feels, I'm sorry. It feels like the same difference from when film started to decline and more people were picking up Ari Alexas and other digital cameras and stuff like that. I think that fundamental change was one of the biggest things to hit the industry in literally decades. You know, they had been using film cameras all the way up until, oh, hell's bells. When did he do 28 years ago? Danny Boyle kind of made it popular to use a digital camera, to shoot your film. And that was about 30 years ago, something like that came out. And I'm starting to think to myself that the next revolution's coming a lot quicker
it's coming
than that 100 years that they spent, using celluloid. And I mean, who you have a lot less in the industry? Those people who put their hands in those boxes to wind the film. Yeah, those film wine. What are they called? I've been on so many sets and never walked up to somebody. A loader.
Yeah, Loader did it. We actually just shot on film last year. I did a short film on 16 millimeter. We used Kodak stock and a Panavision camera, and we had the film loader over there underneath.
You had a Panavision camera.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. We had an incredible partnership with Panavision and Kodak that made it possible. That film is in post-production right now. We hope to have it done hopefully by the end of the year or maybe the beginning of next year or so. But it's pretty special to be able to shoot on celluloid now. Because here's the thing. You said Danny Boyle did it, and I remember what you're talking about. People were saying it'll never catch on. And now it's this rare event to get to shoot on film.
It really is. It really is. It's one of the reasons why Christopher Nolan has been so adamant about, continuing to do that and having around real places to see the actual film happen. I really love the look of film, but I also love the modern aesthetic of film and the way it looks. Even the most usually I watch a lot of small films. My wife is a big indie buff, and then I will take her to a lot of the sci-fi things that sometimes cross-pollinate as far as being both beautiful and having a good story and enough sometimes that happens. And when all those things kind of coincide. And I have found that that the new look is just as beautiful, in a lot of ways more dynamic, and you have to you feel more present in the moment. And I feel like, meaning I saw Green Knight, right? And I know that was shot. I'm pretty sure that was shot on film, but it was digitally enhanced. And I remember them talking about it in a post thing. And he said, we had the ability to shoot it on film, so we did. He's like, we did. But everything else, the moment that it was done, was digital. All of the, every single thing after that moment was digital. So they were able to do a lot of enhancing of these really dark scenes where the actual Green Knight comes out of the thing. There were these moments where I was like, how in the world did they catch that on film, you know, and
It's like owning that classic car that's been completely redone with all modern parts.
I know it. That's exactly what it is. But that's kind of what I got, that same feeling watching that short we just watched. I was like, how did they? It feels so. And yes, you're right. They did. They used a robot that didn't have to move his mouth. They used a guy with a circle for a head.
Mm-hmm.
And simplified things. But what have you told me? You've told me more than one time that filmmaking is problem solving.
Yeah.
You've said at least 3 or 4 times to me. You was like, well, filmmaking is really just problem solving. It's what you're doing in the moment to make the actual thing happen. You've even said it in courses, which, by the way, over at 1111 Media Creator Academy, go on links in the description below. But even in the course, I've seen you kind of iterate that that there's that this may not, that a lot of the things that you're building right now may not feel like it's supposed to belong with this whole let's just do some AI stuff. But what ends up happening is that you understand these fundamentals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can apply them in very economical ways is what I'm getting at. I'm like, instead of wasting a bunch of money because you don't know what the shot's going to actually be and you're hoping the thing spits out a thing that you want, and then you have a little thing here and a little thing there, you are literally teaching people the craft of filmmaking, not actually just AI making. You're doing the things with the prompts and the consistent characters and all of that stuff. But what's kicking me in the butt is how much craft I'm learning as I am going through and helping you and editing this stuff up and stuff like that. And I think that if a person has this kind of power in their fingertips, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they know exactly how to make a real story, that it can't do anything but make the world a better place because more art is better than no art,
I think that this is opening the gates. I think this is helping the entryway for
I like
independent.
helping.
We're helping and opening at the same time.
I like it.
Everyone, put in the chat that you like this new word that we made up, or don't. You're like, we get in there. Our first comment, we hate it, actually.
No pressure, man.
But I love that we are kind of, not we. Well, we are too. But I think that AI is, helping this gate open a little bit to the independent world. Letting this, what was their name again? Neuroviz, a single person, one person. They said it was all done by one person. And if they can make this 11, 12-minute short film, like you said earlier in this stream, that executives, they're business people. They need visuals. They need to figure out what they want to do by seeing it. They don't like to take chances on new people as well. They want tent poles. What's Marvel doing? What's the next big thing doing? Let's revamp Harry Potter. Let's revamp Superman for the 14th time. Let's redo, Spider-Man. And that's how they do it, is they want to go with the safe thing, the safe tent pole. So when you can actually get something original out there and they go, wow, look at that got X amount of views on YouTube, or oh wow, I now see your vision for this world building, and you can actually help that come to life, you can then see the executives potentially giving you a shot, like the gentleman on that video at the beginning you were showing me. His idea was obviously, instead of making a $15 million film, can you make 15 $1 million films? And we're barring the entryway with, right now, I think that things are getting, exorbitant with obviously things that are out of our control, inflation, life, all that stuff. But when it comes to the film industry and what it's evolving into, I think that this gives hope to the independent filmmaker to say, how can I get in? And if you're looking at how to get in, yes, there are absolutely traditional ways to do that. But I think that this gives you another avenue and allows you to potentially take an avenue where you need a much smaller team, or like we saw with NeuroViz, potentially just yourself, which as long as you can learn what you need to, which is, partly what we're doing, right? We're giving people the tools to learn. As long as you can learn those things and connect whatever your experience is
Yeah.
with the AI, now you're in business. Now we're starting to cook with kerosene.
Yes. And I think that this is a world that I want to be in and want to help build. It would be nice to see that amazing future where we actually have a 16-year-old who is AI native, grew up with it, just like there's a bunch of kids who are internet native, or a bunch of kids who are um, um, mobile phone native, who all their life has been nothing but phones.
Let me pause you there, because what my brain just got, I don't know if anybody that's watching this is going to do that. When he said AI native and phone native, I figured like from AI, and all I could think of was like the new Tron movie where the AI comes to the real world, like, hello, I'm an AI native. I don't know why they're British, but they would be, right? If AIs were native, of course it's the British trying to invade in another dimension.
I love it.
It's colonialism on like 3D chess level.
Nope. It is actually a phrase that has been popping up, because there are you grow up in the era you grow up in. I am corded phone native. I know how to wrap a corded phone around a whole entire house and how long to get for the cord to be, and the whole 9 yards. I grew up with the idea of cable television. By the time I was 16, 17 years old, it was the most normal thing in the entire universe, but there was a before and there was an after. There was a rabbit ears, and then then there was cable where we could actually see the entire picture. And then
see the entire picture.
And then there was, there was the internet, and we got to watch that thing actually blossom and turn into the phone age. And then all of this information be turned into training for the ultimate thing that helps us do everything that we really want to do even better and
Bill
with
Gates.
more efficiency. No, artificial intelligence.
That was my fourth guess. No, we had Mark Zuckerberg and Google before.
No. It was definitely, at least to me, it was definitely the ChatGPT moment, and that put everything in motion, that showed you all the things that people had on the periphery that they had been working on, but because of that moment, all of a sudden investors went, where can I put my money to make the most money? And all of a sudden,
are they Nigerian princes? I found the guy from the emails back 20 years ago. We found that Nigerian prince with all the money.
Yes.
They invested in a ChatGPT.
Right. And now they're the richest people in the world.
Man, I hope I get another email from them. I missed my chance.
Oh, man. And now we just get text messages. That's all. Just
I
text.
know, man.
And between text and I don't know who this phone call from. How many times is
you're
that?
From an era where you just picked up the phone. You're like, I don't know who's on the other side. Like now, I don't know who would do that. If you see a phone call and it's from a number that's not saved,
it wasn't.
I have people that don't even let it ring through. I've had directors that there's an option on your phone that will not even let it ring through if it's not saved.
Yeah. Oh man.
Right. Can you imagine being in a status position to be like, if I don't know you, I don't need to know you? Boy, that's interesting.
Yeah, I would.
Right.
I
I
would
get
not.
random calls sometimes from potential, filmmakers or people I want to collaborate with, that, hey, I networked with you and I didn't have their phone numbers saved yet. And if I wouldn't have, been able to take the call, who knows what that would have done. So it's just really funny when you meet somebody. I'm thinking about some specific people that I've
Yeah.
worked with, and he's like, oh man, it's a good thing I had your number saved. It would have never made it through. And I'm like, me too.
The world we live in is so much more advanced and different than the world we used to live in. And it's very difficult to articulate or even realize on how fast technology is moving.
Yeah.
And I think it bugs people's brains real bad, man. It really does. Because I want this future. I want the future where I can individually have an idea from a book, actually have a book, because that's what I do. Is that I know I hit this thing. That's what I do. Is I write books now instead of acting things out on a stage. I create a stage of the mind, and I make stories for people to enjoy in that way. And I've always, wanted to be a narrative filmmaker. And so when AI came along and helped me with my writing, helped me with my filmmaking and all of that stuff, all of a sudden it was like, oh, I see. I can take all of these things that I've been doing relatively well, writing music, writing words, creating worlds. In this process, I feel like we are that AI helps to is like like gasoline, like throws an accelerant on everything that we were before and the way that we did things. I mean, you tell this famous story about losing a job to AI, and I find it a very poignant kind of story because that is how fast things are moving.
Yeah.
And so I want people to, enjoy this, but that's how fast things are moving. So
You can either pout about it and go, can't believe AI's, taking all our jobs. And this is not against people that have that accent. That was just what I chose for that. But you can either choose to look at it in the negative way, or you can do what I did. I mean, you don't have to, but what I did was, okay, if I can't beat it, if this is inevitable,
right.
I need to get with the program. How do I get on this train? How does my experience translate to this? How can I utilize this so that I don't continue to lose more jobs and have a shrinking amount of clientele, a shrinking amount of business, a shrinking amount of people wanting to collaborate and make traditional films? I think that it's not going to be for a long while. Look at the the smartphone industry. Yes, it took several years for it to be what it is today, where everybody basically walks around with, a mobile phone device, some people with multiple ones. You've got your early adapters, you've got your main people that are changing over. Then you have your late adapters, and you have the people that die with, the corded phone. They're like, I refuse to give it up.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And they die with it, with the rotary phone, like, I'm going to dial the operator. Like, there hasn't been an operator for 30 years, sir.
But it's about change. It's about that moment where change hits them and they start thinking to themselves, I don't like change. And I get it. There's that little primitive part of the brain that makes you go, oh, crap, something has changed. I need to run the other way. Because if I stay here, that thing that changed might eat me, and it's baked into your brain. That is no joke. I mean,
dude, that's why we're so content in life, right? I mean, we love consistency, right?
We do.
We love security. So when things change, what's that do? That's not consistency and that's not security. So we go, we don't like it.
And then again, we both have chosen to do things that are completely inconsistent. When you're making a film, right, you are never dealing with the same problem twice.
Pretty much, yeah.
You have all these, systems and stuff like that take care of all the problems that were made in the past. But in the fundamental, in the moment where you're looking at the light and what is happening in the room and what's happening from the actor, or or you're shooting a documentary and you're trying to go for a particular type of feel for the entire doc, and everything goes out the window when you get to episode 3 or 4 because some weird thing happens that nobody knew was going to happen because life.
Yeah. Maybe you're in a country that's supposed to be sunny and it rains every single day you're there.
How do you get that story? How do you get that story, right?
You've got to be adaptable, and you can't be, you can be, but I was going to say you can't be like, well, I'm not going to be pliable. This is the way it is. Like sometimes you're just forced to change in the moment. And sometimes if you react to it in, the best way you can, sometimes you create something more beautiful than even the original plan.
Said like a person who spends quality time trying to create great story. His name is Mr. Ben Richardson, and I'm Mikel O'Hara. We are...
One day he's going to remember my name, folks.
No, I remember. That was not me not remembering your name. He's calling back to some moment where I called him, I don't know. What the hell did I call you?
I don't know. It wasn't Ben Richardson.
Johnson, something?
I don't know. Yeah, I think it was Dan Johnson.
No, I didn't call you Dan. I called you Ben.
Okay. Folks, I love that he's getting defensive about the wrong name that he called me.
I didn't call you that name. I called you the other bad name. I mean, the other name that wasn't your name.
Other bad name?
Yeah,
folks,
the other bad.
He did not use that word.
Oh, my goodness. We're 1111 Media Creator Academy, and we spend a lot of time trying to figure out ways to make AI and your creativity work in a way in conjunction, in synergy with each other, so that you're not just using it as a crutch, but you're using it as a tool. And if you would do me a favor, you two people who are watching, if you would please like this video so that we can get this out to other people. And if you really want to go hog wild, you could even comment. We will comment back. I promise. I promise. I mean, Ben, he's the comment king. So
don't forget to subscribe. If you thought that this was moderately entertaining, subscribe. We'll have more moderately entertaining live streams and videos coming your way on, definitely weekly. And Ikela's got reviews coming out, so we're gonna have content flying at you at the speed of snail. I mean, light. I'm thinking
maybe, and this is just me talking out loud in front of the entire world, but this might make a good video podcast thing. So yeah, maybe we'll do that on Wednesdays. That's our podcast day.
Maybe it's like a podcast thing. Maybe we have guests. Maybe we invite,
I agree.
No.
Yeah, somebody. Oh my God, I would love to talk to
Steven Spielberg. So what do you think is the future of AI, sir?
Especially since you own a AI forward company, Mr. Spielberg. So Spielberg. I'm very interested to see what I feel like they've been pretty quiet lately. Maybe they are getting ready to come out with something significant.
They've been too quiet. He's never quiet for long. If he's quiet, he's usually working. I mean, people are like, he's slowing down. I don't know. I think that dude's going to be going 100 miles per hour until he just one day. I don't even think he's going to die. I think he just somehow just goes to a new dimension, and people are like, where is he? Like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, him and One Night in Paris. What is his name? Woody Allen. They're very old guys. Woody was making movies even through all of his controversies. He was making one movie a year up until like 2 years ago around COVID, 2 or 3 years ago around COVID. And Steven has he's been making so many movies that he's made another musical. You know, I mean, he had already done one musical, and then he was like, "Hey, I feel like revisiting that." He has made every kind of movie, including a horror movie, if I'm not mistaken, light horror, but horror. You know,
Are we talking about artificial intelligence again? His movie? No, come on.
It might be. It might.
No, it was a joke. It was a joke.
Yeah, sure, it was a joke. I didn't say that, Mr.
Spielberg, if you're watching.
I didn't say that, Mr. Spielberg, I swear. I'm just thinking, yeah, but a great filmmaker can figure out a way to continually make really good films.
Yeah,
I think that whole 10 movie thing that Tarantino's going through, I think he's going through that personally because his aesthetic is unsustainable in today's society. The way that he does stuff, I think at some point.
I think he's put himself in a box he didn't need to. Just make movies, dude. And if people stop wanting to watch them, then there you go. There's your answer. But for someone to say, I'm going to make 10 movies and 10 movies only, you're going to end up putting yourself in a place that has too much pressure, which is why he's had that final project greenlit twice and then canceled twice. He's just, in my opinion, has too much pride to say, you know what, I want to make more than 10, and he's put himself in that box when he doesn't have to. All he has to do is say, you know what, guys, I know I told you guys 10. I just want to make movies for the rest of my life. And I don't think anybody would be like, what? I think they'd be like, yeah, all right.
I'm like, Altman got to do it. Why can't you do it, boo?
Yeah. So
I mean,
I don't know.
I think
Just
Altman died. I think Altman died on set. You know, I mean, man, that would be, yeah, that would be fun. Like, if I enjoy, I still to this day I enjoy performing, and if I died on a stage in front of 100,000 people or whatever, I'd be happy as I don't know.
That's a big stage.
They would all be traumatically. Well, you know, to be honest with you, Mr. Beast gets 100 million views, so why can't we?
True story, sir.
All right, everyone. Links in the description below. If you want to get a hold of our courses, come on over to 1111 Media Creator Academy. The water's fine. I'm Ikel O'Harad, and
I'm Ben Richardson,
and we are very happy that y'all stuck around, and that one other person that was hanging out as
we had three at one point.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
I'm not mad at that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna end this with a little New Orleans jazz, and have a good day.
Stop the scroll on site. Readers lean in, can't look away. Immersive audiobooks wrap around what we say. Ben and Kello show you how to make it sing. Press render, feel your story.